I had a number in mind all my life. ये number तो अपने को life में चाहिए. That number 25 crores.
When you decided to finally quit the corporate life in general, what was?
I was at an 8-digit number. Making money is very easy. It's not difficult. I have proven it. Power of SWP is something which people don't know. People just understand SIP. SWP की power SIP से 10x ज़्यादा.
What's your point on buying a home? Should one do that?
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि the real estate buying part in younger part of your life is one of the worst investments you can make, at least in India. This sector, real estate especially, has no glass ceiling. You can go wherever you want, however high you want. I have seen people earning 7 lakh rupees a month. Their salary finishes by 15th of the month. And I've seen a guy who makes 50,000 rupees a month and is able to save that 10-15,000, grow that money. Money is not made. Money is saved and invested. That's what makes you money.
Hi and welcome to Power Up, Sanjay. Since you have achieved financial freedom, you know this is the corpus that you want, and what is the reason behind investing more?
देखो मैं आपको बताता हूँ. I had a number in mind all my life. सर यार ये नंबर तो अपने को लाइफ में चाहिए. ठीक है, आज नहीं, ऐसा कोई जल्दी नहीं है. पर चाहिए, ये एक बार बैंक में देखना है.
God, what was that number?
That number was 25 crores.
Okay.
Yeah. So I said कभी देखना है. Be it at the age of 50, be it at the age of 55.
Okay.
I want to see my mutual funds sitting on 25 crores as a corpus.
Okay.
बस ये मेरे को देखना था. तो वो मैंने अपना जो आज भी इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान किया है वो इसी तरीके से है कि बिटवीन द एज ऑफ 50 to 55 डिपेंडिंग अपॉन whether my corpus gives me 12%, 13%, 14%, whatever the markets are, I should hit that number.
Okay.
And that day I will raise the red flag. तो ठीक है, हो गया काम. अब नया कुछ नहीं जाएगा. Now I'll fetch out of it.
Okay.
So this has been my thesis. एक skill मैंने जो इसमें सीख ली और over last 3-4 years was options trading. उसके through मैंने थोड़ा passive income create किया. So that was my second source of investment. And my third source of investment is I invest in startups and SMEs. Okay. Whom I mentor myself personally. So I am invested not only by my money, my time, my effort, my orientation with them also I am invested. So these are only three routes with which I invest in my life. You
spoke about a long career in real estate, right? So why don't you walk us through that? Like our viewers would want to know how does career progression in an industry like real estate would look like? How did your salary increase over with times, and how did your investing change with increasing salaries?
So I'll answer your question in two parts. One is real estate journey. So real estate journey started in 2007 when I got placed with Raheja Universal. Okay. I went into an investment alliances team. And there we were subject to coming up with IPO. You're 23, you're talking to head of Kotak, you're talking to head of Citibank, you're talking to Carlyle. You know the names which you dreamt of, those guys are sitting right opposite your table. Right. So it was very beautiful, a very, very great experience. So this continued for 10-15 days. Then I got a call from my managing director's office, Ashish Raheja's office. So he wants to meet all the new hirees, the 3 hirees across Bombay they had taken. Okay. Our meeting was supposed to be 10-15 minutes. It lasted for an hour and a half. Project was on real estate, so he asked me a lot of questions around that. Okay. Next day, I get a call from HR that now you will be directly reporting to Ashish Raheja. So I was like, "ये होता क्या है?" You know, तो बोलते you'll be now not in investment alliances, you will be in corporate strategy, and you'll assist Ashish Raheja. Move to another real estate company called Kanakia. Okay. So there I was again assisting Mr. Rasesh Kanakia, the chairman of the company. Okay. Now I was branded as the founders guy or the promoters guy. कि अब ये promoter को report करेगा. So from that day till the day I left corporates, I have been only reporting to founders. I have never reported to any professional. Then from there, I went to another real estate company called Omkar. That was again in Bombay. Then I moved to Delhi. Okay. And Delhi, I joined a company called Asotech. There, first time in my life, I became a chief strategy officer. Then moved to consulting for real estate companies, specifically 2 projects. So I had shifted 15-15. For 15 days, I was used to be in Sri Lanka. 15 days, I used to be in Bhopal. Okay. And then I started working with a company called Bada Business, where we were into SME consulting. This has been my 16-year journey, and I, for the lack of word, retired out of this February last year, 2023. What should a typical person who is looking at real estate as a sector to join, how should he or she look at, the kind of salaries they can expect in a 10-20 year career? So when I joined Raheja's, I joined at a salary of 6 lakh rupees, which got increased to 7 lakh rupees on my confirmation within 6 months. Okay. Then post that, once I switched my job, I went to 12 lakh rupees per annum. This is 2009-10. This is 9-10, yes. Yeah. Same job, I went from 12 lakhs to 15 lakhs as an increment. From 15 lakhs, I shifted to the next job. I moved directly to 22 lakhs. Okay. So that was a good jump for me. Then this Delhi thing happened. Direct from 22 to 40, I jumped.
Wow.
So I think this was in Asotech, and post Asotech, I didn't do any fixed job, but I used to earn approximately 6 to 7 lakh rupees a month from both my consultants.
Got it. And when you decided to finally quit the real estate and like the corporate life in general, what was?
I was at an 8-digit number.
Okay.
Yeah. So pay scales are massive because the kind of value creation you're doing is massive. This sector, real estate especially, has no glass ceiling. You can go wherever you want, however high you want. That's point number one. If you want to stay employed.
Yeah.
Second thing, where can you create the maximum value in real estate? You can create maximum value generally at 3 points. The highest value you can create is in sales.
Okay.
Fine, because once you sell the inventory, you get the money.
Of course, yeah.
Second highest value you can create when you acquire the land. Because that's a very big decision. Today, let's say you have to pay 100 crores. If I am able to negotiate better and say, I will not pay you 100 crores, I'll pay you 50 crores. Severe value created, immediate value created. And third is by engineering. How can you reduce, steel consumption in the building? How can you reduce cement consumption in the building? How can you make it more efficient? अगर आपने ये 3 में से एक जगह ढूंढ लिया, the upside is amazing.
What's your point on buying a home? Do you own a home, the house that you live in, and what is your take? Should one do that for self-consumption? Investment, I understand the math, but what is your take on self-consumption?
See, as I told you कि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि the real estate buying part in younger part of your life is one of the worst investments you can make, at least in India. I'll give you a few reasons for that. The first reason for that is the prices are exorbitant. Second reason is that your down payment amounts are very high. So if you buy a house, let's say in Bangalore, 1 crore से नीचे घर नहीं मिलेगा अच्छा, जिसमें आप रहना चाहोगे. Let's say your stature, the way you live, you are double income, maybe your husband and you are earning, but you would still say यार 25 lakh रुपए down payment करना है. Second thing, the transaction costs in India are very high. If you go for an under construction property today, 5% GST, 7% or 6% stamp duty. So 11 to 12% of the apartment cost you are paying to the government on day zero.
Right.
Now your rental yields, if you have a 1 crore house, your rental is 3 lakh rupees. ठीक है? तो अगर आपको अपना transaction cost break even करना है, you have to wait for 4 years. Next thing which really hurts as an investor in real estate is that, let's say today you have a job in Bangalore, you want to move out, you get a job, great job in Dubai. क्या करोगे? सरदर्द पैदा हो गया. Real estate is a replacement asset. Let's say I buy a house, 1 crore rupee 5 years back. Today it's 2 crore rupees. I get very happy. अरे यार मेरा 1 करोड़ का घर 2 करोड़ का हो गया. अब अगर मेरे को ये घर बेच के कोई और घर खरीदना तो वो भी तो महंगा हो चुका है. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं अब सस्ता घर खरीद पाऊंगा, सेम घर 1 करोड़ में खरीद पाऊंगा. ठीक है, बट शेयर्स में क्या है? शेयर्स में ये है कि मैंने अगर ये शेयर महंगा बेच दिया तो मैं कोई और शेयर खरीद सकता हूं जो सस्ता है, जहां ग्रोथ की पॉसिबिलिटी है. तो रियल एस्टेट इज अ रिप्लेसमेंट एसेट. सो यू कैन नेवर बी हैप्पी कि मेरे घर की वैल्यू बढ़ गई है. थर्ड, इंडिया में रेंटल यील्ड्स आर पैथेटिक. 9% आपका 8% लोन का इंटरेस्ट रेट है. रेंटल यील्ड 2-3% है. उसमें भी अगर मैं रेंट पे रहता हूं तो अगर बिजली खराब होगी तो द लैंडलॉर्ड विल करेक्ट इट. Something goes wrong with the apartment, landlord will after 2-3 years he has to paint it. All those are costs. Nobody thinks of it. 3 महीना vacant हो गया, yield खत्म. हर बार अगर churn हुआ तो broker को 1 महीने का brokerage दो. So lot of headache. मतलब I think I can countlessly just talk about this, that why it is so negative to own real estate in India.
Say today, someone living in Bangalore, earning 1 lakh a month, right? How would you recommend this person to plan his or her financial freedom journey? Is that achievable, given that probably 50% would go in living and rents and all?
For a 1 lakh person, if he is not married or staying alone or with friends, I think I would say 20 to 25% would go purely on rent in Bangalore like this.
Yeah.
Another 20 to 25% would go on your groceries, travel, logistics, this, that. So 50% साफ हो गया. अब करना ही है, वो तो जीना है. That's the cost of living. Another 10% I say will go in taxes. Now we are left with 40,000 rupees. So now I'll start giving you a framework. अगर 40,000 मेरे पास बचता है तो मेरे को goals बनाने हैं. अब 25-year-old may have a goal कि मेरे को 28 पे शादी करनी. अब मैंने तय कर लिया कि मेरे को ना उस टाइम पे 10 लाख रुपए चाहिए. तो आप 10 लाख का आप रिवर्स वर्किंग करो कि इस 10 लाख का अगर मैं कहीं पैसा डालता हूं और ये 5 ईयर का होराइजन है तो दैट मीन्स अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ रिस्क कैन बी टेकन. ठीक है, सो दैट पार्ट ऑफ द कैपिटल यू इन्वेस्ट इन मिड कैप फंड्स एंड स्मॉल कैप फंड्स.
ओके,
ये हो गया फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकंड है, आपका दूसरा गोल है कि शादी के 3 साल बाद 4 साल बाद you may plan to start your family and you can allot let's say some flexi cap funds for that. Let's say again that number comes to 10,000 rupees. तो आपने 10,000 हाई रिस्क कर लिया, 10,000 आपने मीडियम रिस्क कर लिया, ठीक है. अनदर 10,000 यू कैन से कि इसको मैं लो रिस्क रखूंगा क्योंकि मुझे कभी भी पैसे की जरूरत पड़ सकती है. एनी टाइम आई मे वांट टू बाय समथिंग, यू नो. सो एट दैट टाइम ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए मार्केट्स आर डाउन तो मैं पुल आउट ही नहीं कर पा रहा, बिकॉज म्यूचुअल फंड्स का रूल है कि 7 साल के बाद म्यूचुअल फंड का नेगेटिव रिटर्न का पॉसिबिलिटी इज ऑलमोस्ट जीरो. So if you have invested in a mutual fund for 7 years,
any mutual fund, we don't have to do all the math about which is the best and all.
Any mutual fund you have invested in life for 7 years, there is almost zero probability that it will give you negative returns. So that is not a chance. Okay? Rather, they will always give you better returns than FD. Pick up one high risk fund, one medium risk fund, and one low risk fund. So low risk funds are hybrid funds. Medium risk funds are your blue chip funds, your flexi cap funds, and high risk would be small and mid cap. तो आपने तीनों तरह के रिस्क ले लिए, ठीक है, और अपना आपका बास्केट बना दिया, और उस बास्केट को आप महीने में स्प्रेड कर दो. सो फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू आर पुटिंग 10,000 rupees, you identify 2 mutual funds, put 5,000 in the first week of the month, put 5,000 in the last week of the month.
Okay.
ठीक है. Similar, same thing you do with the hybrid fund, same thing you do with flexi cap fund. So during the month you should be having 5 to 6 payments which are evenly spread.
Okay.
ठीक है. तो उसमें आपके ऊपर भी बर्डन कम आता है. Now inside let's say small cap funds, what do you look at? First thing you look at is your past performance. ठीक है. Second thing which recently SEBI has added, SEBI or AMFI has added, I think, which is very good indicator, is every mutual fund now has to declare that it will take how many days to sell off their 50% of holdings. Pick up the fund which has shorter duration. That's it. उसमें क्या होगा कि कल को अगर प्रॉब्लम होगा तो दे कैन एग्जिट क्विकली. थर्ड इज यू सी दैट फंड मैनेजर should have at least, the main fund manager should have at least 15 years of experience. वो देते हैं. These all information is easily publicly available. Fourth thing is that when you look at a mutual fund for high returns, if you say मेरे को बहुत returns चाहिए, मतलब वो पंटरबाजी वाला पैसा है कि नहीं अपने को small cap में भी डालना है और उसमें returns भी बहुत चाहिए. Pick up a mutual fund which has low AUM.
So like it's new basically. Okay.
बहुत नया हो. उसमें ना इनिशियली क्या होता है, क्योंकि लो कैपिटल होता है ना, तो म्यूचुअल फंड मैनेजर्स के पास कम पैसा होता है, उस पर उनको खेलना पड़ता है बेटर परफॉर्मेंस के लिए. बट स्मॉलर फंड्स 100 crore AUM, 200 crore AUM, 300 crore AUM are the funds which will give better returns because they have to attract more capital. And more powerful than SIP is something known as SWP. The power of SWP is something which people don't know. People just understand SIP. SWP की power SIP से 10x ज़्यादा है. So SIP is systematic investment plan. SWP is systematic withdrawal plan. मुफ्त की salary that you can keep on withdrawing out of your corpus. Now the magic happens like this. I'll give you one very simple example. You invest 20,000 rupees a month for 20 years. Simple memory, 20,000, 20 years, 12% return. At the end of 20 years, you will have a corpus of 2 crore rupees.
Okay.
ठीक है. अब ये 2 करोड़ के साथ आप क्या करोगे? ठीक है. तो you can convert it into a SWP. You can say now I will not put money, I will withdraw money.
Okay.
So I will no longer put 20,000, and because it's 20 years, so now you would want to withdraw, let's say, 2 lakh rupees out of it. कि चलो मेरे को 2 लाख रुपए मेरा फिक्स्ड एक्सपेंस है, अब मैं इसी में से खींचूंगा. तो this 2 lakh rupees, this 2 crore rupees, sorry, you can withdraw 2 lakh rupees for next 20 years from this corpus of 2 crore rupees. So effectively, you can withdraw 4.8 crore rupees out of a corpus of 2 crore rupees, because once you withdraw 2 lakh, the balance is still compounding.
Right.
But imagine if you don't withdraw 2 lakh rupees, you withdraw only 1.5 lakh rupees. You say, मैं 2 नहीं करूँगा, मैं 8. I'll withdraw to 1.5. So after 20 years, any guesses what will happen to your corpus?
थोड़ा पता नहीं, बच जाएगा थोड़ा.
Your corpus will be 7 crore rupees. So you had 2 crore rupees, you have withdrawn 3.6 crore rupees, and after that you are sitting on 7 crore rupees, which you can give it to your kids or charity or whatever you want to do. That's your choice.
Wow. And all we needed is 20,000, 20 years.
That's it. See, I have seen people earning 7 lakh rupees a month, and their salary finishes, their money finishes by 15th of the month. 7 lakh rupees. Kid you not. And I've seen a guy who makes 50,000 rupees a month and is able to save that 10, 15,000, live a nice life, reasonably okay life, and save that 15,000 rupees for himself and grow that money. I've seen both types. Money is not made. Money is saved and invested. That's what makes you money. Because पैसे की ना एक फितरत है. पैसा जेब में आके उछलता है. The moment you have money in your pocket, you want to do something with it. The urge to stop yourself from doing something is very difficult. How can you do that? Just keep on investing. नजर के सामने नहीं रहना चाहिए. Making money is very easy. It's not difficult. I have proven it. With 7, 8, 10 years of my rigorous investments, basic frugality, just knowing when to invest, just knowing when to buy, being cognizant of what I own, what I can get rid of, where I can monetize myself. ये छोटी छोटी चीजों ने ही मेरे को बनाया जो बनाया. So if somebody comes and asks me what are your this, तो मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा कि यार I used to sit and prepare a financial model which took me 5 days to prepare and you know it got vetted by some hedge fund manager and I know how to identify stocks and I'm like amazing. And no, I'm not. I'm plain simple guy who betted on India, betted on mutual funds, kept on investing. I did what was in my control, which was investing for a longer period. Made my money, financially independent. I don't call retired. The word थोड़ा अच्छा नहीं लगता. But financially independent, happy, doing what I really love, which is teaching, helping entrepreneurs, helping businesses to scale their work. That's it. That's life.